Hey, what's up? It's Thomas Few Sr., realtor and money coach. Just wanted to drop in real quick, and I wanted to do a quick review of my good friend JuniorTheTruth's book, The Simple Truth MinuteManual. This is the 1 hour book that will change the way you look at the clock. In 1 hour, honestly, you can get through this book and get some great gems and digest it in about 30 minutes. So it's a must read. Order this book on, it's available on Amazon.com. But just wanted to give a quick review and just tell you how it's been able to impact me and help me in my life. Just really quickly, some of the key highlights, and I took some notes. Right off the bat, he jumps in. He talks about a PG. Your PG is your personal greatness, right? And that's really what our purpose in life is to become define our personal greatness and become the best person that we can be before we leave this earth, right? So he talks about that, in relation to managing your time and respecting your time moving forward. He laid out some simple ground rules that I think we can just use in life in general, and also, of course, when it comes to managing our own time. But number one, being open and honest, they talk about, honesty is, the truth and the light is the way. So being open and honest is going to be critical about yourself. When you're wasting your time, you got to be honest about what is it you're really doing, and taking full accountability of that. Respecting diversity, so just respecting different people's opinions, walks of life, different perspectives. I think that's critical for all of us because we all have different backgrounds that we come from, and there's all different things that we can learn from each other as well. Rule number 4, sharing info. So again, I read this book and I'm sharing some info with you right now because I think it's worthwhile and you should definitely need to check it out. And the rule number 4 is have fun whatever you're doing, because at the end of the day, if you're not having fun with it, you're not going to embrace it, you're not going to love it, and you're not going to enjoy the journey. So have fun with what you're doing. But Junior does a great job just breaking down, how we can do a better job managing our time on a daily basis, because I know it's something all of us as busy adults, as you're going through life with everything between work, family, businesses, friends, whatever else you got going on, it pulls us in many different directions. So it's so critical that we be intentional about how we manage our time. Another key point that he points out is you are the expert of yourself. And I was like, I've never really thought about that, from that perspective. But when you think about it, when you spend more time with yourself than anybody else. So you should obviously be an expert of who you are. So it's critical that we start seeing ourselves as that expert and trusting our inner voice, when it comes to us making decisions and prioritizing our life. Another key word, and we talk about this all the time, is accountability, right? We got to be, as adults in life, we got to be accountable for whatever we do in life. So your life is literally a sum of your life's decisions up to this point, and you got to be accountable for those decisions and accept that. And once you start that, that's when you can begin to grow, when you become accountable for what you do and the decisions you've made in the past. And then another thing that I thought, he laid out something very simple that we all should recognize is there's always enough time. We sit here and run around in our busy lives and we say there's not enough hours in a day, right? There's always enough time, because you think about it, he pointed out in the book, everything that's been created in life that's been great was done with the same amount of time that you have. So the question is, what are you doing with that time on a regular basis? And are you making the most effective use of that time? So just, quick recap, when it comes to the time management piece, that was the last part, right? Because these nuggets you need to get before you even get to that. But when you get to the time management piece, he lays it out very simply. Number 1, you got to organize your day. Take some time to do that. Your time is critical. It's important, so you got to make sure that you actually organize your day in a good manner so you are being productive. Number 2, create a plan, right? So lay it out step by step. What are you going to be working on today to get towards closer to your goals? So write it out, make it clear, make it a plan. It's crazy once you sit down and write something out, how real it becomes. Number 3, we got to avoid distractions. And in this world, distractions are everywhere. We get sucked into so many different things, especially in this age of social media, where it's so easy to get sucked into something. And before you know it, hours have gone past, but you just sitting there scrolling on your phone, wasting time. What could you have been doing more productive to get closer to reaching your goals? And then number 4, after you put that plan together and you're taking action and doing those things, you also got to take some time to sit down and reflect and replan, right? You got to adjust. You got to, make sure that you're, steering the ship in the right direction. So sit down and look at your actions and, ask yourself, are my actions getting me closer to my goals? And if they're not, why am I making a change? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting something different. So sometimes you got to make a change and adjust to get to where you're going. So grab this book. It'll definitely help you.